What's going on, everybody? It's Prem here, and welcome back to day 13 of Growth Every Day. Like we introduced last video, we have a new feature for these videos. We're going to have our workout here at the beginning of every video, so feel free to screenshot this and use it for your next session. As you saw, we're going to be doing 3 sets of about 100 jump ropes, moving into some banded warm-ups for the rotator cuff, for the shoulder girdle, and just overall for the upper body. Then I went into my internal tibia rotation drills that I'm going to be doing every day from now on. Finally, I did my compound movements. I did shoulder press and I did some Australian pull-ups. So that was the workout today. It felt very good. And I know today's going to be a bit of a short video. So I want to talk about a phrase that I actually heard the other day. The phrase was this: you are only as good as what you can recover from. Now, what does that mean? You're only as good as what you recover from. Thinking about it simply, when you have a training stimulus, you need to recover. That's truly where the growth of the muscles, of the tendons, that's truly where you adapt, cardiovascularly, neurally. That's where that adaptation happens. Is in your rest periods, is between sessions. I'm not talking between the sets. I'm talking literally the resting between your workout sessions. That's why sleep is so important. Nutrition is so important. Why so many people advocate for ice baths and different recovery techniques, because the inter-session recovery period is when you're going to make the most gains. It's when you're going to make almost all of your gains. So if you're doing high volumes of exercise, but you're unable to recover from that exercise, it's all going to be for naught. It's going to be for nothing. You're going to be exercising, putting in all this physical exertion for what? To make 50% of the gains, when you could have done half the work and made the same amount of gains. Why? Because you're only as good as what you can recover from. So, what lessons can we take away from this? There's 2 things. 1, people think you need to train way harder than you actually do. I do 2 exercises a day, take the sets really heavy, because I have accustomed my body to that. I've built up to it. I take the sets really heavy to a failure point, or at least very close to it, and that's it. I do my cardio. Why? So I can increase my ability to recover between exercise sessions. That way, I can exercise more frequently, and I can recover a lot easier and make better gains. That's the thought process behind why I do my swimming. Speaking of my swimming, a little tangent. I have moved my swimming into the mornings, and I'm now doing my weightlifting in the evenings. I'm finding that's working better for me. But again, still keeping the swimming in my routine, because I feel like it boosts my ability to recover in between my exercise sessions, which can only be beneficial for your gains. So those are the 2 takeaways. You don't need to train as hard as you think you do. In fact, overtraining is a thing. Okay, if you are making if you can do less and make the same amount of gains, do less. There is no shame in doing less. In fact, it is smarter, because you can recover faster, make the same amount of gains, and exercise more, and work your way up to a point where you are doing the same amount of exercise that you are doing now, but you can actually benefit from it because you'll have the recovery capacity built up, instead of jumping into an exercise program and doing the most. When you don't have the ability to recover, you will not reap the benefits of it. You just won't. It just won't happen. My coach once told me that before you start doing any plyometric activity, you should be able to squat 2 times your body weight for a 1 rep max. Now, I started a little bit earlier, but I think that's a good rule of thumb. I think the general point there is you need to have a good base of strength to do plyometrics. The same thing goes for your training. You need to have a good base of recovery, good aerobic and anaerobic capacity, in order to make the most amount of gains from an intense training session. And if you don't have that recovery capacity, build it up. And in the meantime, do what you can recover from, because that's going to be the most beneficial for your body. Right now, I can't recover as well as I used to. So I'm not doing as much as I used to. But it's okay, because I'm still making gains and I'm building my recovery capacity and I'm building my body up to get back to that point. So guys, you are only as good as what you recover from. I'm looking like I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to end the video off here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Just wanted to discuss that phrase since it is a bit of a shorter video. The footage is going to end in a second. I really appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. Seriously, I'll be back with another video tomorrow for day 14, and it'll make it 2 weeks. 2 weeks since we started this series. Time really is flying. But again, thank you so much. Leave any feedback in the comments below, guys, and I am signing off here. Later.